Deion Sanders Jr. claims that Eli Manning was lied about Travis Hunter's preparation at Colorado. Deion Sanders Jr. has made it clear that he will not stand idly by while the reputation of his family and the Colorado Buffaloes football program is under attack. The latest controversy began when former NFL quarterback Eli Manning, in an interview, made statements suggesting that Travis Hunter, one of the brightest young stars at Colorado, had been poorly prepared and developed during his time with the Buffaloes. These comments led to a strong response from Sanders Jr., who vehemently defended both Hunter and the integrity of the Colorado program. Sanders Jr.'s outburst comes at a time when Coach Deion Sanders, his father, has faced a barrage of criticism from various media outlets, fans, and even former NFL players since his arrival in Boulder. The controversial comments from Eli Manning. The controversy was ignited by Eli Manning during a broadcast of Monday Night Football, MNF, on ESPN, where he and his brother Peyton were discussing the performance of Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, as well as Travis Hunter. Manning, who is widely regarded as one of the most respected quarterbacks in NFL history, stated that he had heard from Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen that Hunter had participated in 0 practices with the Colorado offense. Manning seemed to suggest that Hunter's development and preparedness for the next level were hindered by this apparent lack of practice time. While Manning did not make any direct accusations against Coach Prime or the Colorado program, his comments cast doubt on the effectiveness of the Buffaloes' football operations and the training regimen under Deion Sanders. In particular, Manning's remarks about Hunter's lack of preparation stood in sharp contrast to the widely held view that Travis Hunter, who had come to Colorado as a two-way player, was one of the most highly touted recruits in recent memory. Hunter had been hailed as a future NFL star and a key player in the Buffaloes' attempt to turn their program around under Deion Sanders' leadership. Deion Sanders Jr. responds, defending Travis Hunter in Colorado. Upon hearing Manning's comments, Deion Sanders Jr. took to Instagram to express his frustration. The viral post quickly captured the attention of the sports world, as Sanders Jr. slammed Manning's remarks, calling them misleading and inaccurate. Sanders Jr. stated unequivocally that Eli Manning had been lied to regarding Travis Hunter's preparation and development at Colorado. His message was clear. The narrative being painted about Hunter's lack of readiness for the NFL was simply false. In his post, Sanders Jr. did not directly name those who may have misled Manning, but he made it evident that he believed Manning had been fed erroneous information. He also expressed concern over how people like Manning, figures with significant media influence, could tarnish the reputation of an entire football program with statements that lacked proper context or understanding. One of the most notable aspects of Sanders Jr.'s response was the broader issue he raised, the defense of Colorado's football program. Sanders Jr. emphasized that the Buffaloes, despite the intense scrutiny they had faced since Coach Prime's arrival, were working hard to build a competitive and disciplined program. He made it clear that the accusations about Hunter's lack of preparation were part of a larger pattern of attacks on the program itself, which had already been criticized for the bold, flashy style that Deion Sanders brought to the school. The bigger picture, Deion Sanders and Colorado's reputation. Since Coach Prime's arrival in Boulder, Colorado has been a lightning rod for controversy. Deion Sanders, with his high-profile persona and brash style, has been both lauded for revitalizing the program and critiqued for his unconventional approach. His arrival at Colorado was nothing short of revolutionary, and he brought immediate attention to a program that had long struggled to find its place among the elite of college football. However, that attention has not always been positive. Many pundits have questioned the impact of Sanders' approach, which emphasizes media presence and personal branding just as much as football prowess. Some critics have suggested that Sanders prioritizes attention over discipline, or that his emphasis on the off-field aspects of the sport detracts from the team's ability to execute on the field. These views were exacerbated by the departure of several high-profile players from Colorado, leading to accusations that Sanders was too focused on image and not enough on the fundamentals of coaching and player development. At the same time, Sanders has been fiercely protective of his players and the integrity of the program. He has routinely defended his methods, stating that his focus is on developing young men both as athletes and as individuals. His defense of Travis Hunter was a direct response to what he saw as a direct attack on both Hunter's abilities and the overall quality of the program that he, Coach Prime, was building. A critical moment for Colorado football. The comments made by Eli Manning have certainly touched a nerve. Although Manning did not explicitly attack the Buffaloes or their coaching staff, his comments about Hunter's preparation raised significant questions about the program's approach to player development. In the world of college football, where reputation and recruiting are everything, such remarks can have a far-reaching impact. The backlash against Manning from Sanders Jr. also speaks to the larger cultural shifts within college sports, where social media has given athletes and their families a much more direct platform to respond to criticism. Gone are the days when athletes simply had to endure negative comments from media personalities or former players without a means to push back. Today, every remark made by a public figure, especially one with the stature of Eli Manning, can spark a viral storm, and it often becomes a battle over who controls the narrative. For Sanders Jr., the situation was personal. In his view, Manning's comments were not just an attack on Hunter, but an attack on the work ethic and dedication of the entire Colorado program. The Sanders family has long prided itself on hard work, integrity, and overcoming adversity. To them, the notion that a highly successful program like Colorado could be undermined by misinformation was unacceptable. Eli Manning's silence, a continued mystery. As of now, Eli Manning has not responded publicly to Deion Sanders Jr.'s accusations. It remains unclear whether Manning will offer a clarification or apology regarding his comments about Travis Hunter's preparation at Colorado. In the world of professional sports media, where the power of social media and public relations can sometimes overshadow the substance of the game itself, such controversies often take on a life of their own. It is also important to note that there is currently no firm evidence to support the claim that Hunter did not participate in the necessary practice sessions with the offense at Colorado. While Manning's statement may have been based on information from Jaguars HC Liam Cohen, there has been no independent confirmation of this claim. Travis Hunter's development, like that of any college athlete, is a nuanced and multifaceted process, and one statement, especially one based on secondhand information, may not fully capture the reality of his experience at Colorado. The modern sports media landscape. This incident underscores the growing influence of social media in shaping public opinion and narratives within sports. A single tweet, post, or comment from a prominent figure can ripple through the media and fan bases, creating an echo chamber of opinions, counter-opinions, and public outcry. In the case of Colorado football, where Coach Prime has already cultivated a massive following and has become a lightning rod for controversy, the stakes are especially high. The role of athletes' families, like Deion Sanders Jr., in defending their reputations and pushing back against unfounded accusations cannot be understated. Social media has empowered them to take control of their own narratives, often bypassing traditional media channels altogether. As a result, sports fans are now more than ever seeing athletes not just as players on the field, but as brands with stories and voices that transcend the game itself. Conclusion: the Sanders family's stand. At its core, this is not just a dispute about a college football program or a player's development. It is about defending the reputation of the Sanders family and the legacy they are trying to build at Colorado. Deion Sanders Jr.'s fierce defense of Travis Hunter is emblematic of the broader fight for respect and recognition that the Sanders family has faced since Deion's arrival at Colorado. Whether or not Eli Manning made an error in his comments, the larger issue is clear. The Sanders family is committed to defending their honor, their program, and the players they believe in. In the end, the impact of social media, the influence of prominent personalities like Eli Manning, and the shifting dynamics of college football's media landscape all point to one thing. The battle for narrative control is fiercer than ever. For Deion Sanders Jr., this was simply another moment to ensure that his family's story, and that of Travis Hunter, was told on their terms. Whether or not the controversy between Manning and Sanders will die down, one thing is certain. The Sanders family is not going to let anyone undermine the hard work and integrity they have built in Boulder. This expansion brings in context, background on the Sanders family's influence, and explores the broader implications of the controversy. It is now a more comprehensive narrative fitting a longer character count. Let me know if you'd like any further adjustments.